important to work on today. See how that just dove to the left there? I either have a brake caliper sticking, which is most likely, or a collapsed brake hose, which probably just as shitty. So let's go see what we can find out. Watch this thing dive to the left. Oh, it gets worse. I was on the freeway. I almost killed somebody. Alright, so I went and jacked it up. That one spins nice and free. I pumped the brake a bunch of times. Then literally just did that. This side, it's better, but it was stuck a minute ago. Pump it up again, it'll stick. I'll show you the wheels off and check the hoses, see if they're holding too. Okay, spent a half an hour just trying to get the this line off at the frame. 3/8 line. I only have metric line wrenches. Well, no, I have 3/8. You just can't get in there. So I need a 3/8 crow's foot. All I have is metric. That's what I used to work on. And a 15/16 wrench is sockets. Everything is most important for these old fucking pieces of shit. So get yourself one of those. Okay, let's try this again. My 3/8 on there. Flare nut. Oh, and look at this beauty. Got to get a bigger jack, get a bigger truck, get a bigger jack. So, I'll show you. Of course, you could have done this with a vice grip and fucked up the threads and all that. Come on. Where is it? Where is it? Is that it? No. Damn it. Just can't get you in there. Ah, there it is. 3/8 flare wrench. It's at a weird angle. That's why you can't get a wrench on it. It's like the frame's in the way and everything. That's what I needed. Get that loose. And it's gonna crack loose. It was just tight because it's not rusted. It's not. It's still California, but. And then we'll get going on the brake lines and etc. etc. Just found an awesome use for the club. If I hold down the brake, then no more fluid will leak out as I'm taking off the lines. Before I put that brake compressor on, let's compress this. And it's taking quite a bit of pressure. It's the one that is sticking. I'm going to say that is the issue. You can relieve the pressure at the master cylinder. The hydraulic pressure to take the cap off, which I didn't do, and I should do, but I just need to get this up. I have a whole new caliper. Anyway, new caliper, new pads, came loaded with pins. And I didn't record this, guys, because it was a bitch, and I was out of town. I took my truck up to my buddy's where I could park it for a few days, and I did the upper control arm, lower bushings, and a ball joint. Looked at that spring. It looked like they were cut. I left that spacer out. I still have to get this alignment done, but I greased the whole front end like night and day. But like, this is the only shimmy I still have is braking, because this side I don't think is working 100%. It's the other side for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna do this, do a new line, and go from there. All right, calipers off. These are the worn brake pads. Compared to new, they're about half worn. And anyone doesn't know, that's your wear indicator. Lets you know when your brakes are getting worn. Not there yet, but this is a factory groove, I believe, for venting. These are what we call a bad hose. These are all dry rotted, cracking. And our buddy Eric, the car guy, just did, ironically, hoses on his truck, and underneath here he cut it open and it was collapsed. He had a little different problem. His hose was collapsed and it was causing the brakes to stay on. This is where the 3/8 line went in, and this is that infamous 15/16. I said I needed a socket once I got the line off. There's just no room to get in there with a wrench. And that's going to go right in the frame right there. And what I can tell you about this undercoating? It is undercoating. I was talking to my dad, and he said back in the day, before there was rubberized undercoating, it was like an asphalt. It pretty much just sprayed asphalt under the vehicle. And it added probably 300 pounds. You got no fuel economy, but it was the 70s, and it probably goes even further back, 60s, 50s. But that makes more sense because this shit is everywhere important. It's not, they did miss some spots, but wheel wells definitely. Top of the gas tank, I don't know why, but probably just guy was under there spraying away. Ooh, I got lucky. I got scared there for a minute. This is new ones from Summit Racing, had them. 4035. I think that's the right. Let's see. Lucky, but I found the brass. I was hoping I had the copper washers. Copper, not brass. The real new fitting. I didn't want to reuse those. So that came everything. Loaded. Brake pads. See how much thicker those are. Almost a pinky. Let's see if I can. How do you know which is right and left? Well, the bleeder has to be at the top when you're bleeding brakes. So this is the right side. We're going to have the bleeder at the top, and then it's the only way you're going to get air out of the piston. Alright. Okie dokie. All in. Look at that hose routing is. I gotta tighten that up still. This is gonna be down there like that. Give it enough. See, that's turned all the way in, so it's gonna have that bubble. So when it extends, it's probably gonna change a little bit. I'll check that out, but I'm pretty sure that's the correct routing. Calipers all on, lubricated. Final step is these tabs right here. 1 and 2. You don't want your brakes rattling, so you got to get your put your channel locks on there. Crimp those down. All right, that is it for this side. I have to bleed it and move on to the other side, or move on the other side, then bleed them both.